everything's working fine.
Yeah. No, I just had to change a whole bunch of settings because when it updated, apparently a whole bunch of things were like, hey, you know what's really cool? I'm just going to go ahead and keep all the default settings instead now.
I'm hearing a lot of what rhymes with ex-mooses.
What are you? I'm an ex-moose.
I used to be a moose, I am no longer.
Now I am a dolphin.
Or it's a team of mutant mooses. They call themselves the ex-mooses.
I would watch and read that comic.
My sister once dated a moose.
Was it an ex-moose? Moose? You know, a moose bite can be quite bad.
You'll turn into a moose.
She turned me into a moose!
Problems with umami. Uh-oh.
That's a moose sound, because she turned me into one.
I got better.
You okay there, John?
I was just shocked by your sound. It was... Don't do it again!
Okay.
Alright, so there's that, there's that. I don't know what that is. Let's make this.
That's your computer, Zod. You use it for many things.
Well, I tried to sign into Twitch to say hello to the chat room, and it came back and says, "Oh, we're going to change your password for you."
Oh,
congratulations!
Good. Yeah, good job.
Yeah,
thanks for the.
You did it.
Well, at least you're using the the right login. That's a plus.
Yeah, somebody actually stole Acuzod on Twitch. I can't get it.
Really?
Yep. One sec. Now I hear
John,
myself.
why did you do that?
To be a troll.
Yeah.
To be or not to be a troll.
Are you a box troll?
That was a great movie.
I was okay with it.
It was a pretty good movie.
You were really excited and you mellowed super fast.
I really liked it, actually. I thought it was really good.
It was awesome! It was okay.
Clearly it has staying power. It was the best movie ever, and it was okay.
Hey, it's Acuzod underscore.
Yeah, I had to throw the underscore in there, so...
That's okay. John knows what that's like because of Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
John underscore Jagger.
Oh.
Underscore.
Because, you know, that Mick guy totally took every...
What a jerk, that guy. Although I did recently have an amazing encounter with a friend of mine who finally, unintentionally, confessed to me that we were talking about the whole, like, you know, my last name being Jagger and people always saying, hey, you related to Mick? And he was like, I don't even know why people do that. He says, it's not like you guys even have the same last name. And I said, what? And he says, like, you don't even have the Mick on your name. And I said, oh, no, his name is Mick, first name, last name Jagger. He's not Mick Jagger, like he's Scottish.
The well-known Scottish
of the
rock
Mick
star.
Jagger clan. Like, he's...
I'm Kevin McJagger of the clan McJagger.
McJagger.
There can be only one.
So, that blew his mind.
Saisri!
Oh, man.
I like Saisri. She gets me up. When I die, just to be clear.
Yeah, that might require some further explanation.
After a fight.
After fight, right.
Yeah. Well, that's if you don't get yourself up.
Well, I get myself up all the time.
We know.
Wait, I promise I wasn't going to do that this show.
I do the best to try to keep you up the entire time, you know.
A dwarf named Mick Jagger is pretty great.
Crap, I want to do that
Used
like right
to be
now.
related to Chris Rock? Is that something that changes over time?
John McJagger.
Well, you know, if you have an entire, DNA change halfway through your life or something, you can, potentially have different relatives.
I always liked what Saisri's was, which was people asked her if she was related to Wyatt Earp.
Yep.
Because her last name is Wyatt.
That makes sense.
Yeah, sure, why not?
My favorite is, I know somebody that lives in Florida. You live in Florida. Do you know this guy?
Okay, confession.
Or
the
Canadian.
tiniest state, Florida.
Okay, a friend of mine's Canadian. You're Canadian. Do you know Tom?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. A long time ago, when I was like 13 or so, my sister and I went to go visit my grandparents and like our extended family in Michigan. My grandma actually said, "Hey, they're from Arizona. Do you know them?" And so my sister and I kind of look at each other. We say, "What's the name?" We were being really nice. Then she told
Well,
us,
it's your
like,
grandmother. You have to.
yeah. And then, she tells her, like, I looked at my sister again. I said, "No, it doesn't ring a bell." She's like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, that's too bad, Sonny. I used to date him. Here's a quarter. Go watch a movie.
Buy yourself some candy.
Torin named Mac Jagger. Because he's got the move. Well, that's awesome.
Mac Jag will make you jump, jump.
Yeah.
Oh, Ro's here. I can't talk about his t-shirt anymore.
Oh man, it's
Oh,
Ro.
you should have heard what he said. What was
He
it?
was talking shit.
Oh.
Everybody should buy both a Realm Podcast and Azeroth Roundtable t-shirt.
Oh.
Do you guys make one t-shirt? Wouldn't that be cool?
Wait, what?
Make a single t-shirt with both shows on it.
Azeroth maintenance.
Azeroth Maintenance would be awesome.
For like when our show isn't working.
Yeah.
So it would be applicable to every episode.
All it is, like the icon is just a troll just kind of holding like a broom, scratching his head.
No, it'd be a Murloc. A Murloc holding a broom.
Yeah, but it's maintenance, so obviously it can't be what we normally go with. Because it's
It
broken.
could be a Murloc, because I'd rather draw Murloc.
I like Azeroth Realm Table. That's a
I
good
like
one.
that.
Azeroth Realm Table is pretty good.
Azeroth round maintenance.
Oh, I
We
like
gotta
Stacey's
fix
idea.
the round! It's square right here!
Round maintenance is what I do every day for lunch. I maintain my round.
Nice. Never take a dyslexic Tauren Resto Druid in your raid. They just keep going Oh, Joe Brewer. That's great. Oh. Alright. Should we start the show proper? What do you
I
guys
want
think?
to make a
we
note
not already?
because
I
I
thought we did.
didn't laugh that I find that joke incredibly funny. It didn't make me laugh, but I want you to know personally from me, and this is not sarcasm, Joe Brewer 00, that was really funny. I don't know why it didn't make me laugh. It is a clever joke. It works across the board. It was really funny. And now I'm over-explaining how funny it was, which makes me seem even more insincere. Not the case. Genuinely thought it was funny.
You actually seem like one of the business people that work in the business of comedy. They can't laugh anymore. They're just like, yep, that's funny.
Right.
That's not.
That's funny. I'm going to confirm that as funny. I'm going to put it down as a joke. You're telling jokes, and I like jokes, and that was a good joke. Congratulations, Joe Brewer 00. We're going to put you on first. You're going to open for... I was looking for someone else in the chat room. Saysfree the Healer. Saysfree the Healer is coming on later. Going to talk about Wyatt Earp.
You should get your comedy guns back out, John.
But load them both this time.
No, I fired all 6 bullets before the show began. Yeah, I'm just laughing on the inside. See, why did that make me laugh? Okay. Ben,
Got
do
a
you need
humor
to keep
deficiency.
doing tech support stuff? Do we need to keep buying time?
Tiny
We'll keep
bit.
buying time. I got time. Acuzod's gonna tell a joke.
Actually, I was going to ask you to do your Bill Cosby impersonation as if he was on trial. Bill Cosby, do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Now, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to tell a version of the truth that is similar, but not exactly the truth. You see, I am going to replace some very key words with the word Jello Pudding Pop. I will confirm to you that I gave some people Jello pudding pops.
Was there
Mr.
anything?
Cosby, can
in
you
those
tell us where you
pudding
touched her?
pops? Whoa.
That got real dark real fast.
It was
And
awesome.
that's the end of that skit.
And then John's eyes
scene.
got wide, and it ended, and Bill Cosby was never heard from again.
Whoa. It's awkward now.
That amuses me to no end. When you do that. If I could do Bill Cosby that well, I would do him nonstop all day long. No matter what I was doing, I'd be answering the phone at work. You know.
Yeah, that's what
And
Bill Cosby
that is
said.
exactly what I told the judge, but what he said was still that I was doing something wrong, you see.
You see. See, the thing that really sells it is all just the little tiny like extras bits here and there. Just you see.
You
Right.
see.
Oh man, I'm still really bummed that they didn't have that Blizzard audio booth last year at BlizzCon. Like, so bummed about that.
What is this? I don't remember seeing this.
So 2 years ago they had the kind of voice acting thing, and John and we went in and did a 3-person video with just the 2 of us, and it was the Rage of the Firelands preview, which was, you know, really cool and neat and fun and stuff, right? So we talked about it. We tried to figure out what we wanted to do, and it came out to, okay, well, John's going to do Agra. I'll do Thrall because I do a semi-decent, you know, orc. And then John would do Ragnaros as Bill Cosby.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did our thing, and we had fun, and we stayed in character, which was pretty amazing because I nearly peed myself. I was, like, laughing so hard on the inside. Then we walk out, and then the Blizzard guys sitting there are just dying laughing. So we're waiting for them to, you know, process it and everything, and, you know, get it on a little USB stick so we can show people. And, you know, it's up on the YouTube channel, actually. But the people who came after, I mean, everybody was saying, play it again, play it again. Oh, it was great. It was absolutely fantastic. And just all of a sudden, Ragnaros pops up, and it's Ragnaros. Or Ragnaros, duh. Of course it's Ragnaros. Pops up, and it's Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby Ragnaros.
Yeah.
He's the best version of Ragnaros.
Bill Cosberos. Just, that's how it happens.
Hello, Ezra. I'm here to tell you that I actually have feet. I bet you didn't know that.
You just have to... I'm not even going to try.
Yeah,
If
I
you
tried
set
it
the
once.
raid to heroic, you can see my feet. It is an award for you for going that far into the raid.
What do we get
See.
to see if we set it to mythic?
A Jello pudding pop.
That's the other mechanic. They just fall from the ceiling, and if they hit you, you pass out.
On mythic difficulty, I add a mode where food falls from the sky and everybody falls asleep.
He falls asleep.
Don't drink the water that's provided.
There you go.
Okay.
That's all.
That's it. Let's just
So
end
the
the
show's
show.
over. We're done. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
We're done. We can
We'll just
go.
get John doing that for an hour, and then we'll close the show and be done.
Yeah, it'll just be, you know, the Cosby Hour.
Sure, that won't bother
If I ever get
anybody.
Zodcast up and running, I want to do a Celebrity Jeopardy, and you've got to do Bill Cosby for it.
Yeah, oh come on, I'll do
That'd be
Bill
great.
Cosby for that.
All right, let's do an actual show here.
Oh, okay, let's put on our serious pants.
Oh yeah, that's it.
My
I'm very
pants are
serious.
serious. Okay. Zod, do you remember
Supposed to be wearing pants?
No, you don't have to.
No,
They're the
figurative.
figurative serious pants.
I am wearing pants, they're just not mine.
Okay, that works too.
Oh, well, now I'm picturing all sorts of things that I won't repeat. Just know that it's frilly and fun.
That is pretty much it, I would assume.
Let's continue.
All right. Zod, do you remember how to intro the show?
I believe I do. Just let me know when ready.
Whenever you're ready, feel free.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Greetings. This is Acuzod, and you're listening to the only show that has a Murloc with a microphone.
And it's called.
Oh, it has a name? I thought it was just Murloc with a microphone.
And it's called.
And this is Azeroth Roundtable.
Good job. Go in 3, 2, 1. Go to Ben.
Welcome to Azeroth Roundtable, episode 131. My name is Ben Bumhofer, and with me, as always, is John Jagger. How's it going, John?
Hello, Ben. I'm happy to be here.
You realize that you just totally lowered your tone with everything you said. So, hello, Ben. I'm happy to be here.
You know, I realized I started at about a level that I don't know if I can maintain throughout the course of the show.
It's all about setting low expectations.
You know, you set the bar kind of middle of the road, and then, you know, you still got room to push above it, and if you drop below, it's not a big dip. So, this is where I'm going to be now. It's a little more mellow.
Okay.
It's a little more relaxed. It's a little down, but it doesn't mean I'm sad. I'm happy to be here, Ben. I'm having a good time. It is Friday night. I almost said Saturday night. That doesn't matter to anybody because it's a podcast and doesn't matter. I'm going to continue to tell everybody things that don't matter. It's nighttime right now.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody listening to this during the day now feels alienated.
How's the weather?
Hot.
Yeah. Anybody in Phoenix, you can play this year-round, and that will work.
Yeah. So there. Now that I've, you know, made this show not applicable to a lot of people listening it, let's introduce our guest.
Good job, John. This week, of course, we have Acuzod returning. Acuzod, this is you. That was really dumb. What did I do? But so glad to have you on.
That was better than a lot of them, Ben.
Okay.
You know what? Okay, hold on. I really want this to happen. Brief aside. Ben, I want you to go back through all 131 episodes. Actually, you can cut out a few of them because we didn't have a guest every time. I want you to pull the audio of what you say right before you introduce who's on the show. And I just want you to listen to it.
No. I'm
not even going to tell you what you do. I just want you to listen to it and you tell me what happened.
No, I don't want to because it's always awkward and I, on spur of the moment, try to figure out something to do and it's always really bad. So now that you pointed it out, thanks a lot, John. Thanks a lot.
Everybody else go through and do that. You should listen to Ben's intros for people. It's fantastic.
And it's a challenge for a fan to go through and edit them all together for episode 150, since that's a nice round, you know, celebratory number.
Yeah.
I want episode 150. I want somebody to put together all of Ben's intros.
Oh, that'd be so good. It'd be so awkward.
I will not do that. And you know, that's going to take like 10 minutes because it's, hey, here's Ben saying something stupid. God,
hey, here's somebody that I'm just tremendously excited to be having here, talking to. It's just so excitedly introducing our guest, so-and-so. That's my best impression.
Well, you know what, John? I like the people who come on the show.
I know. It's just, I like your intros. That's what I'm saying.
No, you're not.
I am. That's why I don't do them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think John's ever done an intro, has he?
No, he has. There's been like 4 episodes I haven't been on or something like that. And he has to intro people at that point. And also,
presumably I intro people.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
oh, look, who's here?
I have to go back and listen to see if you actually do or not. It's just like, if we just start talking, it's fine.
Who knows? Who knows what happens on the episodes you're not here, Ben? Yeah. Who knows?
Well, then again, at the same time, anytime that we've had a chance to do a live BlizzCon episode, you usually do the hosting duties.
Oh, that's right. We do
for those
that.
listening, Ben did the air quotes around that.
Well, because, yeah. I don't call it hosting what I do, and not exactly what John does. We just talk.
Yeah. So let's talk.
Yeah, let's talk.
We're all here.
What kind of hobby is this where you not only get together with your friends, but you talk about crazy stuff? I was going to use a different word there, probably good. You talk about crazy stuff for an hour, and then you share it with the entire world.
It's called
There are
life.
not many hobbies like that.
It's called an ego.
Oh, is it? Well, you know, no. I'm under the impression that, okay, so the people in the chat room, I'm sorry, but you're all bots. I get that. And
Cesari's not a bot, is she?
Well, I mean, she heals really well, so she could be.
True.
Ooh.
And, I mean, granted, I work with her. Oh, is she a robot? I mean, she's a trainer and she knows a lot of stuff.
She could be a Dalek.
I feel like we're watching Ben's world just collapse. Everybody in the chat's admitting to be a bot. Hey, remember last week when Ro was like, people hate it when you talk about the chat room, and then he talked about the chat room, and we were like, we were all yelling at Ro. We're like, oh, way to do the thing, and now Ro's not here to be a scapegoat for it anymore, and we're still doing it.
We should totally talk about Twitch too while we're at it.
Yeah, let's talk about Twitch and audio difficulties.
Yes. Anyways, podcasting is awesome. Sometimes on podcasts, if you're popular enough or you have people who listen, which we do, you get emails, and we actually
transition.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
This is why you host people.
Thanks.
Are you allowed to discuss the segues? Like good segue?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about... People haven't said you're not allowed to acknowledge the segues yet. I'm going to totally acknowledge that, because as Ben started, I was like, how's he going to get us back on track? And I watched him navigate it like a clever little rat in a maze who remembers where he's been burned before. Just navigate it deftly. It was fantastic.
Thanks.
Now I've derailed us again, and now we get to watch him do it again.
Yeah, so before I was rudely interrupted, I was going to be talking about an email that we received. It's kind of based off of what we talked about last week, which, Zod, you are not required to actually stop right now, listen to the whole episode to see what happens, and then come back.
I actually did. So.
Oh, perfect. Great edit right there. People didn't know that actually happened.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, good job. But it got me thinking... And it's something that I kind of want to talk to you guys about a little bit. So first off, this came in from not a healer from Area 52. So I'm assuming that they're not a healer.
Or their name
that's actually their name?
Clever. Yeah, their name is actually not a healer. But there's no ER, so it's not a healer. So, yeah. Anyways, I want to start this off by saying I'm a huge fan of the show, and I hope what I'm about to say isn't too harsh to you or anyone else that I'm about to talk about. Trust me, nothing could be too harsh for John. I have feelings, though, but it's still okay.
Well, he's mostly yelling at you, so...
Yeah, I know.
He or she.
They. Okay. Just like you said, you won't accept an opinion about Wrath being the worst expansion ever, even though it wasn't that good, in my opinion. That's to you, John.
Okay. Your next email will be to me. Because we're gonna have words.
Okay, let me get through this first, and then you can decry that. Anyways, I won't accept an opinion that says TOT is the worst or one of the worst raids. It definitely had an Ulduar feel to it from the sheer size and magnitude of it, which made it feel very epic to the encounters being very good. Whether it was Jin Rock with the cool thunder circles you stood in for the DPS boost, the Horadin fight with all the types of different ads popping up, and it continues to go on talking about a bunch of the different bosses. I will give you that Tortos was terrible, as well as Twin Consorts. I know you don't like the trash, and that may be why you don't like this raid so much, but even the trash, in my opinion, felt different and epic. Also, I heard that Ben said he was judging it based on LFR, which is true, I did say that. That is the worst way to judge a fight. In my opinion, TOT is one of the best raids I've ever taken part in the 10 years that I played WoW, and I've been raiding on a semi-hardcore basis since Classic. So, it goes on, there's a little bit more. Say, I don't mean to... Let's see, from everything I hear from most players I talk to, I have heard nothing but good things about it, so it baffles my mind when I keep on hearing you talk about it. Was it simply too difficult for you guys to get through? And closes off, love the show, all that wonderful stuff. So first of all, not a healer, thank you very much for sending that in. To be frank, we are always very happy to hear from anybody, whether it's a differing opinion that we have, if you want to berate us for an opinion, or if you want to say like, hey, you're right, totally agree with you, so send those in. But it got me thinking, is TOT something that is actually really good and I just hate it? Who knows? Yeah, I know, I agree with you, John. It is horrible. But it got me thinking to even like that much more of an over-encompassing picture of what is there that's in game that you absolutely hate that every single person thinks you're crazy for actually liking or hating, and vice versa. Like, what do you love? And everyone's like, that's the worst thing in the world. I mean, obviously, I hate TOT, and according to my sample of 1, it is the best raid out there. So, something's wrong with that. To be fair, I didn't ever play it on, normal mode, but you know what? If LFR is kind of a stripped-down version of normal, and it doesn't make me want to raid, to me, that says it's a bad raid. Just my opinion on that.
I'll give you this just to address the email real quick. I'll give you this. Do I feel like I have given Throne of Thunder a fair enough shake to say definitively where it lists in the pantheon of raids? Absolutely not. I've seen the LFR version and I've seen a little bit of normal. That's about what I've seen. Mm-hmm. Like not even very much. That entire patch, and I'm not just talking about Throne of Thunder.
You're talking really about the island and everything too, right?
Yeah, was really off-putting to my playstyle, what I liked about the game, how I felt about it. It was, during Pandaria, kind of the big dark mark on the expansion for me, because I love Pandaria. I think it's one of their better expansions. But that was kind of the one spot that I was just like, I kind of checked out for. Mm-hmm. I did not enjoy any of my time that I was in there. Granted, I will say it is absolutely fair to say, well, you didn't experience it fully. Mm-hmm. You're 100% right. I didn't, but I also didn't have any interest in doing it, and I think there's something to be said for that as well. So, it might not be that bad, but I will continue to harp on it because it felt like a dungeon full of endless trash.
Yeah. Now, Zod, you raid on 27 different tunes.
Only 3.
Just out of curiosity, in Mists of Pandaria, did you play through Throne of Thunder? Like, were you actually actively raiding during that tier?
All right. Let me put it this way. While you were discussing the fact that you hated TOT, I was running through my mind, okay, well, what raids do I hate? First of all, I hate the one with Ragnaros, the very, very way back vanilla one, because there's way too much trash.
Molten Core.
And then I knew there was this other raid that was around the Pandaria timeline that I hated. And I could not remember the name of it, so I was Googling for it, and it is TOT. And it was like, oh, yeah, that's the one you're talking about. I totally get that. My impression's always been, or at least most raids that Blizzard does, and they do a great job building raids, definitely, because I'm still paying my $15 every month. Mm-hmm. Like Ice Crown Citadel to me is one of the best raids ever created because it was very clear. I'm kicking in the front door. I'm going to work my way to the top. All these bosses are going to try to stop me. I got to fight through them. Very clear goal, a path, a storyline there. Same thing for the name, the castle. I just forgot. Totally went blank on. Karazhan, thank you.
Except for the cat on the roof. Yeah.
Say again?
Except for the cat on the roof that got up there.
Except for the cat, we never figured out what he was doing on the roof, or the dragon who left the bits of pottery out there on the walkway, the aisleway. We have no idea what that was doing. But
dragons have to have hobbies too.
It's true. Those all had stories to them. I understood the story. I felt like I was part of the story and thoroughly enjoyed those raid zones. TOT, it just seemed like here's a bunch of bosses, go fight them. Just because that's what there is to do, and I did not enjoy it. And actually, that's probably the time of my WoW history playing career where I actually checked out of the game for the longest point in time. I think I checked out for 3, 4, 5 weeks and just stopped playing because I was flat out bored. And then everybody gets bored as soon as you hit the next expansion doldrums like we're in right now. Mm-hmm. It gets kind of boring. I only log into raids. I log off again. The TOT, I didn't even feel like logging in. I found it was just not my cup of tea by any means.
But this is what makes WoW, this is why WoW has millions of subscribers, because different areas appeal to different people. So the person who sent this in, obviously this raid spoke very much to them. Mm-hmm. There's a lot we don't know about the person who sent this in. We don't know how long they've been playing for.
Well, they've been playing at least since Molten Core, I would say. And I think they do say in their 10 years of play.
Oh, do they? Okay, so 10 years, they've been playing through the whole thing. We don't know how hardcore they necessarily are. Like, they're coming to us and saying, well, maybe you guys shouldn't judge it on LFR, but are they playing on Mythic? Or what the equivalent was then.
Yeah.
Are they doing heroics? Are they just doing normal? There's a lot we don't know about their play style, but also they don't think Wrath is the best expansion ever made. And I have strong opinions on the quality of Wrath of the Lich King. My position on where it lands on the quality of expansions is well known. So clearly we get different things out of the game between me and this person, and that's fine. That is a totally acceptable thing, and I think it is totally fair to call us out a little bit and say, do you guys really know when you didn't even raid in there? And the answer is, yeah, I kind of just did LFR, and it was kind of awful. I've done LFR for other raids, though, and I do know the correlation between LFR versus not LFR, and I can say with a good degree of certainty that I would not have liked normal mode in there. And that's fine, too. I don't have to like normal mode TOT, just like you don't have to like Lich King best. I mean, if you want to be right, you have to like Lich King best. But you don't have to like it best.
Yeah. By the way, I can't get out of my head dragons having pottery as, a hobby, but Demi Moore just sitting at a pottery wheel with a giant dragon wrapped around, like working the clay together and stuff, with Unchained Melody in the background, and just it is a fantastic mental image, and I just had to share that. So thanks for that, John.
That's going to haunt me tonight, I can tell. Now, John, I completely agree with you, because another topic, PvP, I'm not a big fan of PvP the way it is implemented on PvE servers. I love the concept of a PvP server, and I would actually love to go play on one, but I don't like this now you do it, now you don't style PvP, and let's change the entire game just to make PvPs happier, or PvP players happier. I think there should be two totally different settings for PvP servers and PvE servers, but I'm a huge Blizzard fan. I would like them to stay in business, so I'm very glad that there are people who love PvP and are willing to pay their money every month to PvP and pay their money every month to raid TOT. I'm really, really happy people out there liked it.
Yeah, I think you really hit a good point. I really like that idea. And I think you said the key word here. Like, we all like this game. We would like this game to succeed. That means a wide variety of players. That means that when somebody comes up to you and says, I don't think Wrath of the Lich King is the best expansion they ever made, you don't say, well, you don't get to play WoW anymore. You need that variety, because that's why WoW has a big player base. That's what you need to have. And it takes all kinds.
It takes a village to create WoW.
It takes a whole village to play World of Warcraft.
And I have a question for you, too.
Yeah.
Warcraft is heading into its 11th year as a video game, which to me is astounding. How much longer do you guys think that Blizzard can keep this up and keep it going at this level of quality?
Well, okay, how long has EverQuest been going on?
Define level of quality.
Yeah, I would define it at the point where I stopped playing EverQuest, which was somewhere right after Narath, I think, or the Narathian Adventures kind of sub-game came out.
Do you mean the one for PS2? Where it's like a hack and slash? Champions of Norath?
No, they did, basically when EverQuest started doing their instancing concept, and had these little bitty mini dungeons.
Oh, yeah, the little mini dungeons.
Yeah. That was jumping the shark.
It always bummed me out when I had to heal those. I was a druid. I brought it on myself, but I wanted to do damage. Didn't they know? Didn't they know how much damage I could do? They didn't care.
I was a bard, the only class that matters in any game.
That's so true.
Song spinning, so important. Or buff spinning, or whatever it was.
Yeah. So I don't know. So the question is, can Blizzard go another 10 years with this at this level of interest? These many subscribers for this game?
This many subscribers, definitely not. At some point, it's going to drop down. Unless, if I get proven wrong and Legion hits and all of a sudden we're back at 12 million people again, I'm going to, first of all, be incredibly surprised. And then all of a sudden the Warcraft movie hits, and then we're at 15 million people. Granted, I highly doubt that's going to happen. Highly doubt it. But I would think that, I don't know, a really good subscriber base that I think is going to be the hardcore players and everything, figure around maybe 3 million people. And that's still with WoW actually having an active subscription base as opposed to, some sort of like free-to-play model or something like that. I think that could probably sustain it for at least another 7 to 10 years. I mean, just a feeling. And if Blizzard is, still actually very into creating expansions for WoW, still into, looking at it as we have a passion for this game and for this world as opposed to we need money, I think that they're still going to have the same sort of quality and everything that they have had in all of their expansions. At least the same sort of effort put into it. At some point, will they maybe, shrink the teams and maybe make the expansions, $30 as opposed to 60 or 90 or whatever for the collector's edition? Maybe, depending on what they're actually putting into it with, however passionate and large and great the player base is at that point.
Eventually in this game, the subscribers are going to go down. And that doesn't mean they're not going to go back up and there's not going to be fluctuations. I mean, eventually that peak, when it's at its highest, is going to be lower than the peak before, and so on and so on. Eventually it's going to get lower. But it's really weird to think about because we're in a really weird place with video games in general. I mean, when WoW came out, MMOs were the hot business, and I wish I could properly credit who said this on Twitter recently. I would love to give you a shout out. I didn't think I was going to talk about it, so I wasn't prepared. But I saw someone mention today on Twitter a really good point, and they said that MMOs are incredibly interesting to them. Unfortunately, because of the way an MMO is structured in gameplay and cost and all the stuff that's around an MMO, it is a genre that only really allows for people to play one at a time, maybe two. And I know there are outliers out there that'll say, I play all the MMOs, and that's fine. But generally speaking, most people you will hear say, I subscribe or actively play one or two. And even the people who maybe subscribe to more have to say, well, yeah, I'm subscribed to more, but
I have to log in once or twice here. So.
Right. They're not investing the same kind of time across the board. And it's because that's what the genre kind of dictates. And Blizzard's in a really good position because they kind of have a level of everything's been grandfathered in. People are very comfortable with WoW. I don't see a big WoW killer on the horizon. I don't see something coming in that's going to stab it and say, I'm the new MMO now. Even Blizzard didn't have faith that they were working on the new WoW killer. So what that tells me is that there's going to be a lot of people are going to stick around. WoW's going to stay that game for a long time. And I think until what an MMO gets redefined and becomes something different, I think WoW sticks around. Even if the subscribers drop, if they've got 2 million subscribers, they're still doing better than half the MMOs out there. They're still doing really, really well. Good point. There's no reason to kill it. If at a certain point they just say, hey, you know what? We don't really want to support this game the same way we do. Maybe they decide that they're going to just invest the money to keep the servers running, keep the lights on, so to speak, and just let it go until people lose interest. But I still don't think that necessarily kills the game. I think it maybe does for a lot of people, but I don't think that means shut the servers down, we're done. Because, I mean, like you said, EverQuest is still going right now.
Yeah. Well,
which is surprising.
Chattiest Carrot in the chat room said, I think the game will end when Blizzard wants it to, not from lack of interest, which goes along with what you're saying. I kind of agree. At some point they'll say, okay, we're done with making expansions. Have fun, guys. Seriously, just have fun. Good luck. Yeah. Look, it's Diablo
I think Blizzard's the kind of company that would. I just got the feeling from them they would be the kind of company that said, it's just not going to get any better than this. We're done. We're shutting the servers off. We're going to throw something brand new and exciting and wonderful out there for you, World of Overwatch or something. Which would be awesome.
I mean, and they could kill it by doing the next game, right? They could just say, look, we can only bolt so much technology on this, by that time, 15, 20-year-old game. Like, it's time for us to stop making a Frankenstein out of our own product and kind of start fresh. And there's no reason why they couldn't do it. They keep saying they have no interest in doing it right now, and I don't blame them, because that's a scary thing. EverQuest tried to do EverQuest 2, and that didn't turn out too great for them. Definitely take your time, enjoy the popularity while you have it, and we'll see. So, obviously at some point WoW comes to an end, but how and why and just how far away that is, I think it's really hard to tell, and I think it's a really long ways away. I think odds are, if you're hearing me say this, odds are you will quit WoW before WoW quits you.
Aww.
Oh, that's nice. You should tweet that. Nice. That way people can attribute to you when you say that.
Yeah.
That is a good way of putting it, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Wow. I mean, okay, so seriously speaking here, in games that will actually be coming out, what MMOs are on the horizon? Like, what, EverQuest next?
Supposedly.
And like I said, that are really going to come out. Like, really, guys?
I don't know. Supposedly that is still a game, and supposedly that is still a game that's going to come out.
World of Duke Nukem?
No.
Yeah, I don't think that no.
I'll tell you where you see the cut in. You see the cut in a little bit with Destiny. Very similar style in some places to WoW. Not an MMO, but it definitely takes a lot of cues from it. When we get into Destiny 2, maybe they decide to expand that a little bit. Maybe when we get into World of Borderlands or Border Worlds, whatever they decide to call it.
Ooh.
Maybe that's it. We all tend to think very literally in the, okay, what's the next, right behind the guy, run around, sword and shield, let's go. What is going to be the next one of those? Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's a type of game that sneaks up on us. Maybe they decide to do a Mass Effect game that isn't an open world. They say, hey, we've got a really great universe. Let's open it up. And let's do a not fully MMO, but MMO-like experience for people. And I think all of these things that are products that are designed to continue on. Bungie said they have a 10-year plan with Destiny. That's a long time. That's as long as WoW's been around. These games that decide they're going to stick around for a good long time have a chance to take a chunk out of WoW as far as player base goes. And it's just a question of, do those players come back? Do they keep their WoW subscription? Do they drift away? What ultimately happens? I think that's the big question. But again, I think their number is so big at this stage, we're still looking at a really long time before there's serious repercussions for that.
Now, John, correct me if I'm wrong. Was Mad Max originally supposed to be an MMO?
The Mad Max game that came out?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, for some reason...
It was always supposed to just be open world.
It's supposed to be a sandbox.
Yeah.
Literally
a sandbox.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Well, that's what I thought.
John, I think you're onto something there. I think the WoW killer isn't going to be an MMO. It's going to be a kind of game that we can't even think of right now. We won't know it until we see it, and then suddenly it'll take over our lives.
Yeah. And we're getting to such a weird, constantly connected internet age, and with all our consoles. Obviously, our computer's been that way for a long time. That's why MMOs are popular on computers. But our consoles are starting to become like that. And when you get to a place where everybody's connected online all the time, it becomes just natural to say, okay, well, why don't we put these hubs or things in place so that people can just constantly interact and communicate? And now suddenly you have a game that can be any type of game in the entire world that still has that communication and still has that community around it. And isn't that kind of the same as an MMO?
So, Facebook games is what you're saying.
Oh.
Yep. Candy Crush. Gonna kill it.
That's the next MMO, Candy Crush.
World of Candy Crush.
This quest, find the green candy!
And crush it.
Just see giant, dudes walking up with, a big hammer or something, just... Candy Crush.
I rolled a candy? Well, I rolled a crusher.
There's your
Grandma, is that
PvP.
you?
It is your mother. Clean your room.
I'll crush you.
That's a scary thing about Facebook is all the relatives you avoid in real life are suddenly really into your life.
Yeah.
Except with candy.
Well, it's all better if it's with candy.
Yeah, of course.
Everything's
doesn't
better
like
with candy.
Yeah, man, last night I was raiding the candy dish with my, guild, and all of a sudden, my great aunt's third removed showed up and totally beat us down. I don't know what happened. It was weird. Then she's all like, look at my picture, look! And then I found out she was in a relationship with someone.
This is not how it works. This is not how any of this works.
I don't know. I don't use Facebook. I'm on Twitter. It's much better on Twitter.
I have another WoW question for you guys.
Yeah, what's up?
Although I think you've already discussed this several times before, but the whole WoW token gold for game time,
Yeah.
to me, is that jumping the shark for Blizzard? Is that their nod to the fact that they're heading downhill, or is that really a great idea?
Well, first of all, have you used one yet? I mean...
No, absolutely.
Okay, well, good. Now, have you bought it on the auction house, or have you actually bought it with money to get gold? Because, like we said, you do raid with 27 tunes, so keeping them geared up, enchanted, all that stuff, it can get quite costly. So, which side of the coin have you actually used?
I've all my minions are running around doing their what's that place called that you build in the new expansion? The Garrison. Totally English. I'm good. Words are hard. Let me just tell you, words are hard.
Oh yeah,
This is true.
All my minions do spend their time running garrisons to make gold so that I can buy tokens to pay for my game time. So I haven't paid my $15 for probably 4 months since it came out. Absolutely. And I've got several months ahead of me still. In fact, I was going to go cancel my subscription just to make sure I didn't accidentally pay for it. so the fact is that Blizzard is, has a game mechanic that gives me the gold that I can use to pay for my Blizzard time. So they're basically giving the game to me for free.
But they're not, because someone is paying for your subscription and then some.
Yep.
Oh, that is true. You're a good point. People who pay cash for the tokens to sell to me are paying more than the actual monthly price that I'm getting out of it.
$5.
Plus, they still have to pay for their subscription.
So there you go. So it's genius, really.
It is. They're paying for you. They're paying extra on top of it, and so Blizzard's collecting technically more money off your WoW subscription.
And what's even better,
they really want you to pay with WoW token.
Look at it this way: if they bought a WoW token to sell for gold, get the gold, buy something, and then think, "Oh crap, I'm going to be short of money this year. I'm going to buy some WoW time with gold." Then essentially, because of them, Blizzard made an extra $10.
So they're geniuses. All right.
Exactly.
I mean, because you see people who are, because there's people who are upset about the state of the game currently, and you'll see someone who says, I'm going to show Blizzard I'm canceling my subscription, I'll just pay with gold. And Blizzard's just like, go for it. You're paying us more now for your subscription.
Buddy!
So, I've been...
He got us, didn't he? Oh, man.
The only person it helps is you. It just does a service to you as a person. I get to say, hey, it's not as easy for me to spend $15 a month on an MMO. I'll pay with gold, and now that's a completely valid thing for me to do. And someone else can pay for my subscription.
Yeah, I'm really happy. The last
buy a mammoth with it or something.
Yeah, the last 4 months or so. Because of that, I've also given Blizzard an extra $20 in a sense, because I've been paying with gold as well. I make just enough in a month to buy a token. On our realm, it's it fluctuates between probably about 22,000 to 27,000. So on a good day, it's not too bad. But just if you log in and play, you kind of have enough to just get a month of WoW.
Oh yeah, just by running my minions through their little whatever their jobs are in the garrison. That's all I need to pay for my subscription.
Now,
so it's become that Facebook game where you have to log in every day to do that, daily, whatever.
Well, here's the thing, and this is something that I've actually been wondering about, considering we were already talking about a new expansion, and so many people are really excited for it to the point where let's have it now. what's going to happen to the garrison and the minions and the missions and all that stuff once Legion hits? Because here's the thing. A lot of people are making a lot of money off of those garrison tables. Are you actually going to have your alts that you're not playing staying in their garrison still just to keep bringing cash coming in? Or do you think that Blizzard actually has a chance to cut off those money missions to get you out into Legion? I mean, it would make sense, because if people are buying more tokens to get more gold because they don't have that income from the garrison table, then it's potentially even more cash flow for them.
I mean, in the past, they've always, when a new expansion comes out, reduced the amount of gold that you get from previous things. I would not be surprised if all of a sudden a great big, either like no more gold or a drastic reduction to gold, but you get those modifiers with the followers that up the amount. Like, we're talking a super drastic reduction in gold.
If you get that Blingtron quest, and each one of those has a hey, treasure hunter, that's what, like 8,000 gold that you get or something.
It is a big chunk of money, and it's nice, and it's great, and it's a really cool thing for this expansion. But I imagine Blizzard's going to undo it. I don't see any way that they want to encourage people to stay in their garrison into Legion. But that doesn't guarantee that they will replace it, by the way, for anybody that's wondering and is like, well, what do they replace it with? There's no guarantee they will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually just got through all the stupid pieces to get my auction person robot thing in my garrison. So what's going to happen to that next expansion? Wasted. Right?
It's going to stay in your garrison, but you won't be there.
Exactly. Yeah. So it'd be kind of a waste. But I'm enjoying it now, at least for what it's worth.
Can you imagine what it's going to be like? So, okay, just personify the actual garrison and the people and the minions and stuff there. Imagine you're like, okay, guys, there's a threat at Azeroth. Peace out. And then they're just like, okay, what do we do now?
Has anyone seen Ben recently? He was just here. Where'd he go? Haven't seen him for weeks.
I've got these, crystals for you. Still waiting.
Did you want me to plant some herbs? I'll plant some herbs.
There's already some there, though.
Did you? I could pick them for you, maybe?
You know, it'd be great if the herb garden just gets overrun and then, like, there's just weeds everywhere. Like, oh my gosh, if they were to Animal Crossing it, like, if you don't log in for, like a month or something like that, there's, like, small roaches everywhere and there's weeds everywhere and, like, your minions are just all sitting there kind of bored and fat, and then all of a sudden you come in and they're like, what? Don't judge me.
It's your new raid boss.
That would be awesome.
You go back to your garrison years later. You have to fight the ghosts of your followers, an overgrown weed garden. The mine is just full of slaughtered miners, and there's just like monsters down there.
And then the final boss. Final boss is the garrison table. It just came alive.
Yeah.
And I just don't know this place. I never lived here.
Just throws mountains of gold at you.
Oh, that'd be great.
But you can't loot it.
Oh,
all right, now, speaking of the expansion.
It's weapon gold, not pickup gold.
By the way, Ben, I didn't know if you had like an agenda for this show, but I have a lot of questions. I want your guys to
go right ahead, man.
No, you just keep throwing them at us. We will keep going.
We'll bat them back or catch them.
Okay, the next expansion was announced, obviously, a while back. And maybe it's just me, but I immediately lost interest in this expansion. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Roll out the next one. I'm ready for the new wacky guys with their sticks and blindfolds and, bring them on. I want to play it. And now everything out there rolling out now I don't care about, really, because I know there's something better right on the horizon. I'm thinking they might want to have waited on that announcement for a bit. Let us really get into and enjoy, because they announced it. I think, didn't they announce it before they even did the last raid?
No, it was out. Hellfire's been out for a bit.
All right.
Yeah. Well, first of all,
should they have waited? What do you guys think?
I do like the fact that the new class, the wacky guys, are essentially just clowns. Their attacks are based off of, flowers on lapels, seltzer bottles, pies. I mean, it's fantastic. I'm excited, especially with the artifact weapon. You know, the hand buzzer, great stuff. But so here's the thing: every single expansion, this same exact thing happens. You know, as soon as the next expansion is announced, it's like, hey guys, guess what? All that stuff you did, oh well, because there's more coming. But you know, during this time. Okay, so especially with Mists of Pandaria, during the doldrums of Mists of Pandaria, we were raiding Siege of Orgrimmar every week for a year.
Yeah.
But there was enough in-game to keep me coming back. You know, I was working on an alt and a legendary cloak, which I still don't know why I did that twice, especially when I hate TOT as much as I do. But, you know, I was raiding with Furt. You know, we were just kind of getting together, having fun, just, you know, enjoying the time together, just being like, oh, you know what's cool about this expansion? I like this. Let's hope this happens and stuff. So, in my experience, it seems like whenever an expansion's actually ending, that's the time when you can kind of look back on it, hang out with friends, and you kind of make up your own fun. I mean, not like, hey, let's run over here and see who gets there faster or something like that. It's more of like, you know, let's
make a bunch of level 1 alts and run from Stormwind. No.
I mean, actually, that's something you can do. You can do that, and it can be fun. But it comes down to, you know, just you're not as goal-oriented, because at that point it's either, you know, okay, I have to do all the stuff before the expansion, or it's just kind of like, I had fun. Let's just hang out and do stuff and see what happens.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a good time to mess around, but it's normal. Like this is a part of it. This is part of what we signed up when we joined this masochistic club that is an MMO and MMO gameplay.
This is the third M. It's the MMMO.
Yeah, this is what we're into. But I do understand the like, oh, this is the shiny new, and I'm so sick of being here, the old. But we always know that Blizzard's working on another expansion. They've already talked about the expansion after the next expansion. Mm-hmm. They won't tell you what it is, because they want you to be excited for the next one, not the one after it. But we already know they're working on it. So it's not like they revealed a big mystery except what it's about and what the features are going to be. And I would imagine they did it when they did it, because they know that odds are alpha or beta testing is going to probably be kicking off right around the time of BlizzCon, and they want people to know about it before then. But, you know, when you say, like, did they announce it too soon? Well, you got to consider they've been working on this since Mists of Pandaria days. This expansion.
True.
Since Mists. So they give it a good amount of time. They let the expansion breathe. We usually don't hear about the next expansion until we're into the final patch, the final raid. So it's pretty standard fare. But I agree, you know, it is like the wait for Christmas Day, but amplified across months, sometimes a year, where you're like, oh, it's coming, I know it's coming, and it's going to be great, and I'm going to be so excited. If it could just get here. And I'm definitely in that camp. I'm super excited about Legion, and even to just find out more about it. The good news is with Legion is it sounds like a lot of the cool stuff they've already talked about is stuff that's coming before the expansion comes out. It's one of the very unique things about Legion is that they talked about a lot of stuff and said, by the way, this is our pre-expansion stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, so I'm technically not even waiting for the expansion. I'm waiting for however long they decide they want that content to come out prior to the expansion. Which, granted, it's not going to be like 6 months before the expansion. Here it is. But, you know, whether that's a week, a month, whatever it is, you know, we're going to get something a little early to play around with, and that's going to be exciting.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about the new Demon Hunters? Are you guys looking to change your mains?
The wacky guys? Oh,
the wacky stick guys.
They have a double jump.
Really?
I want a double jump so bad. Ever since it was teased in another game that I'm not allowed to say the name of, I've wanted a double jump.
You mean Wildstar?
And that's the one. I can't say it.
I thought you were going for Team Fortress.
I don't know if it will make me change my main. I really like the monk, but I am definitely making one. And it's definitely a class where I look at it and I say, okay, it's a class that's right up my alley. Damage dealing, melee, aggressive gameplay, and a double jump.
Zod?
Now, Ben, I know you just changed from your mage to your healing panda.
I'm still a mage. It's my
No,
main.
he changed.
I just
You were
raid
right.
with my healer. That,
You were right. Don't listen to
simple
him.
as that. Yeah. I will make one, and I will definitely get through the starting area, and I'll probably level it up because... Okay, so here's the weird thing. For me, I tend to level a brand new character to max with each expansion. This is the first one where I actually haven't done that with. Unless you count my Alliance Mage, and then I guess that does count, so never mind. But
No, Alliance doesn't count.
Oh, okay, cool. That's fine then. But that's something that I do plan on doing in Legion, just because it's an entirely different class. I kind of like to have a feel of what's going on with all of them, especially since I, quote unquote, raid lead. So it's good to know abilities, it's good to know how things work, and with something so new, it'll be great to just kind of get a feel for it, to know what does or doesn't work, and if I really do need to yell at them to not, stand in stuff. So
No, wait a minute. You raid lead?
apparently, Ted keeps saying I'm a co-raid leader, so I'm like, okay.
I just thought you yelled at people a lot. I didn't realize you were like in charge.
Yeah, you and me both.
You actually blew me away when you I wouldn't say parked the mage, but you reassigned the mage to other duties and you took over healing.
Mm-hmm.
When he respec to a better class.
You're actually a really good healer. I was rather impressed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But no, it's just the raid team needed a healer. I mean, you got busy with work. We had someone else who left for a bit, and we needed a healer. So I'm like, well, I've got a monk. I can try that. So
Ben really stepped up.
yeah, and she's fun to play. I really do enjoy it. But I'm a mage at heart, always. So every now and then when I'm trying to throw fireballs as a monk, it doesn't work, especially when people are getting healed as opposed to their heads blowing up.
It's a different thing.
Slightly.
Different outcome.
Zod, were you going to do a Demon Hunter?
Absolutely. I'm also excited about it. It's my playstyle as well. I like the melee. I like the aggressive playstyle, getting the mobs' faces. The only thing I'm a little concerned about to me is that it just really seems like a lot of duplication. Is this just a redesigned rogue? Is it a redesigned monk? Redesigned Death Knight? It doesn't seem like its own unique class to me. It just seems like they grabbed bits and pieces of other classes and threw them all together.
Look, if you want it to be unique, I've got 2 words for you. Double jump.
Double jump.
Yeah.
Double jump.
I will double jump over the boss.
Double jump is the greatest invention in today's society.
Yeah. But, I wouldn't really worry about them, borrowing too much from here and there, because with the reworking of the different classes and the different specs and everything, I really feel like they're trying to give it its own, feel and everything. Even though there's going to be a tanking spec and a DPS spec, it's not going to be, I'm going to taunt and I have this roar or something. There's going to be probably some other... Well, there'll be a taunt, probably.
There'll be a taunt button, definitely.
Yeah, but it's going to be something, that's more Demon Hunter-y. I have no idea what that would be on a Demon Hunter, but... Oh, can you imagine if it's like a charge and they got the big horns and they just run up and headbutt something?
Like a goat.
Oh, that'd be great!
That would be awesome.
Just run forward.
No, I'm excited to play it. I really am. It does look like it'd be my style.
Now, would you go DPS or tank?
That's hard to say. No, you do. Like as you mentioned, I do raid. I raid very solidly on three raid teams right now. Furt, three boss knight, and Dojo of Awesome, DOA. But my play style, I have never really dual spec a character. I mean, they have dual specs, but I never play the off spec ever. So I have one character that's a tank. That's all he does. He has a DPS spec. I never use it. Mm-hmm. I have one that's a healer. He doesn't barely. I don't think he might have a DPS spec. I'm not entirely sure. And then I have a DPSer. And so this one would then have to replace one of those three. So I'm either have to go tank with them or I'm going to have to go DPS with them because I don't think they heal. And I really like my bear tank and I really like my Death Knight DPS. So I don't know which one I'd want to drop for that role.
Let's just have to see who survives. 4 tunes enter, 3 tunes leave.
Or it just means I find a fourth raid team.
Yeah,
And
there's
then,
that.
I
too.
mean, sure, yeah, you could do the crazy thing too.
I still have a couple of nights left, where I'm not
Yeah.
raiding.
Yeah, that's fine. I am gonna go DPS because I don't like the feet on the tank.
The feet on the tank.
Like their physical feet?
Okay, everybody who doesn't
Bad
know
tormentors
what
or
I'm talking about, go to the Legion website. I don't know if this is going to be the ultimate result in the game, but what you will see is that the DPS demon form has hooves, but the tank demon has weird-ass feet,
That doesn't really
Did
make
not know
sense.
and it doesn't look
yeah.
good, and I don't want weird-ass feet, so I'm going to go with the hooves.
so it's going to be like a warlock that switches to the demon form when he's in one spec?
Yeah,
So it's basically like a druid shapeshifting.
yeah, a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Like an enrage, but they enrage and they go into demon form. It's going to be really cool. Unless you're a
already
tank and then you get weird ass feet and you have to deal with that.
Okay. I'm
John does not like weird ass
try
feet. Got it.
I'm going to stick it in the window here. And no windows. Okay.
Okay, so Ben, you've seen it. Am I wrong about the feet?
Well, I'm putting it in the Twitch stream right now. Sorry, I'm covering you guys up. So, okay. This is the tank with the feet. It's in John's window right there. And now I'm switching it over to the hooves. Then there's the hooves.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Well, because you can't see what he's doing.
Yeah, you'll see it in like 2
Oh,
minutes.
it's in the
if you're
stream,
watching
okay.
video. Yeah.
It's in the Twitch channel now.
So, yeah, Gosh, I'm going DPS too.
Yeah.
That's just what you got to do.
The weird feet.
Plus, you have better wings as DPS.
Yeah, it's
What's
true.
up with those? They're
There we
like
go.
like shards of
decided.
rock coming out.
The Death Knight goes down and the Demon Hunter comes in.
All right. Well, hey,
And
I'm
they
glad we
may
could help
change
with
that. They may get enough comments on, hey, what's up with the weird feet?
Yeah, that's true.
It looks like they would have to buy clown shoes.
There you,
You know,
go.
there's-
They are.
There's a developer at Blizzard who spent hours on those feet.
Look, you know what? I respect whoever did that. It's a tough thing, but I just want them to know their feet weird me out, and it's fine that you liked them when you designed them, but I find them off-putting.
You know what?
Or maybe they did like at a Friday, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, look, just knock it out. I gotta go home.
Look, Zod, we'll put it this way. There's a designer that did spend a lot of time making those feet. That is correct. There is also a designer who spent a lot of time making the original female Worgen face. That is ultimately better than what's in game now. And that's gone. So,
It's the same designer, and he's like pissed off. And it says, oh yeah, didn't like it? We'll take these feet.
Why
don't like
doesn't
my face?
anybody like anything I draw?
your hands, they're hooks. They're supposed to have fingers.
This is how I look when I draw. Look, they're weird looking. They don't cover them up with anything. Even the hooves have like a cool little like clothing bit that's down by them, which looks cool. Makes them look sleek and awesome. But the weird feet are just kind of bare and barren. And the message we're really getting out of this is that what you wear can change the perception of who you are.
Clothes
And
make the
it's
demon
not
hunter.
exactly. Clothes make the character. And just like in WoW, real life, clothes make the person.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a recommendation for you out there. If you want to make your person awesome and not subject to scrutiny from 3 jerks on a podcast, you can go to slashloot.com. Check out the podcast section. Find the Azeroth Roundtable t-shirt. And you can buy that. And you can skip criticism and go straight to compliments.
That was an awesome segue.
Thank you.
It
That's
was.
slashloot.com.
I have to
You
admit, I am the proud owner of one of those T-shirts, and it is
really?
one of my favorites.
Well, we appreciate you buying it. Did you know there's more that you
More?
could do, though? Yeah.
More, you
know?
say?
You like the shirt. Well, what
Much
if I
more.
told you could make your neck super comfortable?
And how would I make my neck super comfortable.
Well, you'd go to geekasylum.etsy.com and you'd pick up the official Azeroth Roundtable necklace. You could also make your keys comfortable. You don't want uncomfortable keys?
No.
You do not want uncomfortable. No.
You know when you get in your
them.
car and you try to start the car and it kind of does the before it starts? That's uncomfortable keys starting your car. Actually, it's not. It's probably your battery and you should probably consider replacing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's uncomfortable keys. You want your car to start right up? Get comfortable keys. Pick up the official Azeroth Roundtable keychain. That's important too.
Yep, especially
Comfort.
since there are 2 different logos you can choose from for that key comfy or your neck comfy.
Yeah, that's right. Variety. It's the spice of life. And
Can you
none of
guys
them
make-
have weird feet.
I was like, can you guys make Azeroth Roundtable feet? Or feet covers, maybe?
I mean, maybe we should.
It would
maybe
be
it's time.
It would be
Oh.
a feat if we did.
ART socks. I want ART socks. I want socks with Murlocs on them.
Okay.
That could be fun.
We'll look into it.
Yeah.
Because
We'll
I
talk-
don't wear
we'll talk
pants,
to our
so people will see my socks.
Okay, that works.
Yep. When I see someone without pants, first thing I do is like, are they wearing socks though?
Well,
Right,
as long
exactly.
as they're wearing one.
Yeah. Fair point.
So, Zod, thank you very much for joining us. How can people find you?
People can find me. In fact, I wanted to say, most of all, thank you for those who follow me on Acuzod.com, and I know there's a crowd of dozens of my relatives who do. I have not been podcasting for a year now. It actually surprised me the other day. I stopped doing the AIA podcast. I stood down, passed over to Tetsemi, who's been doing an amazing job. And I looked at the calendar and went, oh my goodness, it's been a year since I podcasted. In fact, I had to go get my microphone out of the closet and blow the dust off of it, which I missed a little bit right there, in order to even be on this show. I am so glad you guys asked me to do the show, and I've forgotten how awesome it is to be a podcaster. So, those of you who want to keep following me, go to Acuzod.com, and I've said it many times, but if you go there and look for the post titled Zodcast, that will be my next podcasting endeavor, and Ben and John will both be on the next episode.
Yes,
whether they want to or not.
I've already agreed, so...
I'll do it.
Like I've already sent you the script. I just
Yeah.
haven't finished like the final line,
I get a script, I'll do it. I'll do anything that has a script.
except this show.
Well, I mean, I do this show anyway.
This one has no script. So.
Like, if you want to draw me into your project, give me a script.
All right, Ben,
Okay.
you're gonna have to look at the script again and find a part for John. Let me know what part he should do.
Okay, I can figure that out. Yeah. John,
Don't
How-
give Ben that kind of power.
where can people find you, John?
I am currently all over the place.
You really are.
A lot has changed since last we spoke. All right, let's break it down. First, best way to find out what I'm up to. Follow me on Twitter. It's @John_Jagger. I will say what I'm up to there, so if you care, you can find out
Underscores
where
are cool.
I will be. There's a lot of words that rhymed in that sentence. You can find me on this show. You can find me on the latest episode of Current Geek.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me every Saturday from 3 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the NVIDIA stream along with Scott Johnson. In addition to all of this, on Saturday... That's right, Chief Folger. In addition to all of this Saturday is the first, and that would be the premiere episode of Core, which is a Heroes of the Storm podcast. It's part of the Frog Pants Network. That's going to be me, Scott Johnson, Bo Schwartz. We're going to talk about Heroes of the Storm. So if you remember back to the heady days where this was a show that was about more than just World of Warcraft, which happened after this was just a show about World of Warcraft, it's in that middle timeline area. There was the WoW show, then there was They Never Talk About WoW show. Now it's kind of a WoW show again. If you miss that middle area, you can check it out there. We'll talk about Heroes of the Storm.
We
It'll
call
be
that
great.
time the other times.
The other time.
We don't speak of the other time.
Yeah. But that's where I'm going to be. Ben, what about you? You're always busy. So
Well-
why don't you remind people where you are?
Here's the thing. You are now, I think, officially busier than I am.
Yeah, but it's just for this week.
Well, no, is Core weekly?
It is weekly.
Okay, you are busier than I am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, okay, if you want to follow me, I'm on Twitter. I'm at Ben the Mage. I also do this show with John, but you know that. Other than this, though, I do a show called Geektopia. That is not every week. And also I do a show with Eludra called Battle Pets, which is also not every week. So, John, you are officially the busiest person on this show.
Man, that's surprising to hear as a lazy person.
I know. I was actually really surprised. I'm like, he's doing another one? He's going to totally quit my show. Dang it.
I also will tease that I have another thing in the works.
I know!
Ben knows what it is.
I'm really excited for that, especially with October coming up.
Well, as the fan of the show, we appreciate it. We're glad you're excited.
Yeah, I should start tweeting you and be like, where's the episode? Where's the episode? Where's the episode?
I guess anybody who also was a fan has probably figured it out from your big hint of it starting in October.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
They can figure it out.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm on Twitter at Ben the Mage. The show itself, though, we are actually on Twitter. We are at AzerothRT. If you have any questions, comments, or want to berate us like Not a Healer did, you can always send those emails to AzerothRoundtable@gmail.com. And I am just joking, Not a Healer. We really appreciate that you sent that in. And you're right. Kind of. But,
I appreciate that you were mostly mad at Ben.
Yeah, that's a first, actually.
I'm not used to seeing that. So if you're mad at Ben, by all means, send the emails, because I've seen it all already.
Yeah, especially if you're like, man, I hate how handsome he is, or gosh darn it, he's a freaking really funny guy, and it just ticks me off. If you want to do something like that, that's fine. I can
tell
take
Ben that.
I can take
Ben
it.
that.
Yeah,
that really chaps my hide.
Yeah, see, it does. But for the show itself, if you want to listen to any of our past episodes, like if you want to listen to The Other Times, or the time before The Other Times, also known as The Early Times, you can always follow us on AzerothRoundtable.com, iTunes, TuneIn, and Stitcher. We are all over the place. Every episode is located there. You can listen to it on demand. And you know what? If you want to be really awesome and leave us some, nice comments, 5-star reviews, things like that in iTunes, that'd be great, because the last one we got was on my birthday, and that was in April. We'd like to hear that you like us. And even if you don't...
Nobody likes us anymore.
Yeah, I guess not.
It's fine. It's fine. Now everybody's going to come out and be like, they wanted reviews. Get ready.
Yeah, they suck.
I'd like to see those reviews
5
too. Go ahead,
stars,
throw
so
them out
they'll
there.
have to read it on the air.
5 stars, you suck!
A really scathing review, but they gave us 5 stars, so we're like, well, we got to read it.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
I remember when this was a Heroes of the Storm podcast. It was so much better.
Yeah, F you guys. Anyways, last but not least, our intro contains music from Volatile Reaction by Kevin MacLeod, and of course you can always find his music at incompetech.com. So, thanks for listening, everybody. Pick up a shirt and notice that there's no feet.
It's true. I'm like Rob Liefeld. I covered it up cleverly with something, so I didn't have to draw it.
Just like the stream. Look. No feet.
Yeah, you'll notice. Feet hidden. Feet hidden. Feet hidden. Next thing you know, I'll draw Captain America, whose head is sideways, but his chest is totally facing you, and it has like 80 million extra bones in it.
You know what? At least you're not going to do like I forget exactly which issue the cover was, but like his chest was so overblown and his head was just itty bitty.
Yeah, a little tiny head.
Oh, it looks so bad. It's like, who actually said? Oh yeah, that's right, Joe Quesada. Dumbass.
Wait, what do you mean?
You haven't seen that picture?
No, that's Rob Liefeld.
No, I'm saying Joe Quesada, editor-in-chief of Marvel, approved it.
Oh, okay.
It's suddenly turned into the comic round table.
Seems like something he'd do.
Oh, I stopped recording.
Going.
Now we're in the post show, so we can talk about whatever.
I like
Here,
that.
chat. We'll show you the picture. Here, I'll pull up a chat. I just want you all to know that this is a picture that this is the picture we're referencing. It speaks for itself. I'm not going to pass any judgment. I'm not going to throw any shade at it. Just there it is.
You're talking like the youngsters do.
The hell? Seriously.
That's Captain America for you.
Dude, go on a diet. He looks like a turkey raised in the United States for Thanksgiving. You know, just like someone force-fed him.
For Justin.
Yeah, I would agree. Who looked at that and said, "Oh yeah, good work, Tom. Thank you.
Joe Quesada.
Take the weekend off."
Well, I'm assuming it's him because I don't like him. Had to ruin Spider-Man.
Ben has strong opinions, though.
Seriously, after reading Renew Your Vows, how can you not be pissed off again? That's the thing. It's like, it was so good.
I'm fine.
I mean, it's good now because Dan Slott's great and writes fantastic stories, but still, just, come on.
I'm still mad, but I'm fine now.
Yeah, it's okay.
Captain America: The Weight Watchers edition.
Yeah.
That's if he loses weight everywhere except his chest.
Well, I'm
that guy
imagining
that I banned was actually like posting something he shouldn't, because I meant to just do timeout, not a ban. But
You did that? Good job. You were quick on
that
one.
hammer's been brought down, so we're committing to that idea. Nobody clicked that link, I hope. So, it's fine.
I'm following the line of his
shit.
back straight down. I'm assuming that shield is hiding one massive tuchus.
That's right, Ro. I'm talking about... God damn it.
Talking about
That's right, Ro. I'm talking about... Oh, come on!
Was that a dramatic pause, or was there supposed to be something there?
It's... Oh. Another app is controlling your sound. What the hell? Microsoft... Hold on. I'm gonna fix this for Ro. It's gonna be for Ro, just for him. I'm gonna get justification. Damn it. Move that over here. Open
If you're
Skype
doing a
again.
Heroes of the Storm podcast, you really need to get Ro, because he is good at that. We did 26 episodes, and he was the best thing on the show.
Okay, put that in
Rose a consummate professional.
That's right, Ro. I was talking about Thwip Spider-Man.
You could not mess this up more than you're messing it up.
Give us a clue. 2 syllables sounds like...
Hey,
Thwip
Ben,
Spider-Man.
did you
Yes.
see what Ro posted in the chat?
It's too
That's right. He's talking about...
late. Thwip Spider-Man.
You're not even going to try again? Try again, Ben.
I can't. I've tried the okay, there's one more way. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right.
Load it on your phone, put your phone by your
Well,
microphone.
first of all, let's see if you guys can hear this.
No.
What the freaking A?
This is like watching a gymnast fall off the vault, break every bone in their body, but they're still like, I can do it.
That's
I can do it.
a soundbite of the smartest thing ever said by Donald Trump, then yes, that's exactly what I'm hearing.
I can go. Just drag me back.
Yeah,
Do the rings.
I'm guessing Skype has got exclusive control of your...
no. Oh no! I think I've got it figured out. Hold on. Okay.
This is
Remember,
good.
I upgraded to Windows 10, so all of a sudden, all of my settings were different. So hold on, give me a second here. This turn. That needs to turn into. Where are you? No, I don't think that.
This
works.
moment of Zen brought to you by Turkey, Captain America. It's what's for dinner.
That goes there. I really hope that the recording actually recorded correctly. I'm guessing so. We'll find out later. This is going to be pretty bad if it didn't. Oh, no, wait, that's you guys. Okay, hold on. Virtual audio. Forget it. I'm done. I'll figure this out later. Well, glad we don't play Sounders on the show anymore, because dang, that would have been a sad thing.
I'm actually disappointed that we never got to hear it. I thought that this was going to be the most anticlimactic thing ever, and Ben found a way to make it even worse.
Well,
now I'm
there you
actually
go.
disappointed. I've heard it a million times, and I'm actually sitting here like, man, great.
Just at least post a link to it in the chat room so we can all go play it ourselves.
I haven't posted it anywhere.
Okay.
What do you think I do? Stuff?
Fulgen, you make me happy.
So is this worth looking at? Is this going to be bad?
Is.
Yeah, it doesn't actually play. This is really weird.
Fulgen, that was good.
Oh, I think I got it figured out. I know I said that before. Hold on.
Turns out Ben's ability to play a bumper puts Erlina to sleep faster than StarCraft.
Damn it.
Sarah, just smack in the back of the head.
Congratulations, Ben. You're the new winner of the power. Power of sleep.
Yay, go me. Okay.
Hashtag Spidergate.
Spidergate, I like it. That works. Okay.
Did you watch Fulgen's video? Because it's very funny.
I couldn't get it to run for some reason.
Yeah, it's only youtube.com.
There we
a
go!
real obscure
I can get it
website.
to work. Thank you. Sarah used her sonic screwdriver. Okay.
Okay, let's roll it back.
Hey, Ro, who are we talking about? Spider-Man! Yes! Triumph!
Was that what we were waiting for? I was hoping it was going to be something epic.
It was epic!
Nope.
It was totally epic!
Now you know why I was like, it's guaranteed to be disappointing, but then I was even more depressed that it didn't get to
There's the video.
All right, guys, I am out of here again. Thank you very much. Call me anytime.
No problem.
All right.
Thanks for coming on.
Have a good night, Zod.
Bye, guys. Bye, chat room.
Bye. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut the Alpha Geek feed. Just
You
so
didn't yell at us once.
Yeah, I know. I'm really happy about that.
Not even once. We never talked about anime, though, so maybe that's the secret.
Oh, that could be it. 1 second here, making sure that this works. Okay, so Alpha Geek should be okay now. Alright, we'll see how that goes. John, there is one thing that I have to play after that.
Is
Let's
that
see.
Thwip Spider-Man?
No. Okay, this is what I totally have to play.
It's working! It's working!
Oh, I'm so happy now. Oh no, I'm not doing the Spider-Man fail. That's sad. That kid beats up Spider-Man. Oh man. So yeah. Do you want to hear my Metal Gear story?
Yeah, let's hear your Metal Gear story.
It's
Change
horrible.
the background so it doesn't have to... Okay, you did.
Yeah,
Never mind.
I did. It's cool.
He doesn't beat up Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Spider-Man does the flip and then like tries to kill himself.
Falls on his
Oh, no,
face.
not that one.
Right on his stupid face.
Bloop, we'll do that. Okay. So, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do all the side missions that I possibly can before I really continue on with a lot of the main story stuff because someone said, "Hey, things change at some point." So I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to do as much
It's
as I
late
can."
in the game, though.
I know, but still, I
Very,
enjoy side
very
missions
late.
because you're not graded on them, and I like getting practice in of being stealthy because, as I told you, I do pretty well, and then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. That's how
Yep.
most of my ops are because either I get too greedy or I didn't mark someone and I think I'm in the clear or whatever's going on. So it's this one side op where you have to exfiltrate a prisoner. So like, okay, cool. So I go, and the place, I don't know if you remember all the different areas or not, but it's basically like, think a square compound
Yep.
Where there's like
exactly what you're
walls.
talking about.
Okay, and
Yeah.
then you know how the prisoner's in there and you have to go in and save them and stuff like that. So, you know, I get on D-Horse and I ride over there and it's all cool and I map out a lot of people. I'm like, okay, this is great. I sleep a dude who's like coming up to about where I am, like outside, up the hill and everything like that. So then I drag him all the way over here off the path, put him down in the grass so that no one will see him. And then, so I'm like, okay, cool. So I go down, I start sneaking in. I get to the point where it's like, okay, there's the prisoner. This is great. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get out. I'm not going to be seen. I'm so happy about this. I walk out the door to go grab some resources, and all of a sudden, you know, the reaction thing happens or whatever. I've got no effing clue where the guy is. He saw me through a window, like, kind of halfway into the compound. So, of course, I have my, you know, my sleep pistol. So I'm like, okay, so I try to shoot him, and it's like kind of breaks the window, which alerts other people. So then I'm like, crap. So I'm all, and I keep missing. So then he comes running, the alarm goes off and everything. So I duck into the room with the prisoner, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there. Prisoner's like, you know, rolling around on the ground because that's all they do. Even though I'm like right there, I'm like, I'm gonna help you. Everyone knows we're here. Hold on. So then finally, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna, you know, clear a path, grab the guy, and run out because I'm like, it works because, you know, you can play that game so many different times, right?
Right.
Or so many different ways. So I go out. One of the guards pushes open the door. He's not marked, so I'm like, oh crap! So I'll just drop him at the doorway. And of course, everyone else hears the gunshots, and they're like, ah! So everyone is in the courtyard area, and they're like coming like one or two at a time up to the door, but they're not coming in. So I'm trying to pick them off as best I can. So then finally, I duck into the room with the prisoner. And then they're going to come in. So they start chucking grenades at the wall so it bounces off and out the door. And one blows up. And the prisoner behind me is screaming. He's like, "Ah!" I'm like, it's just a grenade. Come on.
Wait, hold on a second, Ben, before you continue.
Mm-hmm.
It alerted who? I'm sorry, who in the compound was alerted?
It alerted everyone! God, I love that movie. So anyways, everyone was right outside the door. And so again, I'm throwing grenades at the wall and it bounces, you know, out there, and I don't actually kill people, but again, the prisoner's screaming and everything like that. So then I'm like, I have C4. So I walk up to the doorway, put a thing of C4, like I'm, you know, slowly putting it up there. This dude opens up the door, he's like, ah, or whatever. So I set the C4, then I turn him off, drop him, go back in, wait for a guy, you know, watch the shadows. All of a sudden they come in, blow up the C4, and I'm like, yeah, I got this. And then so finally it comes to the point where they're just not coming in anymore. I've got one thing of C4 left, so I'm like, okay, well, that's not going to work. So then I'm like, let's explore the rest of this, because I know where they are. They think they know where I am, and everyone's just pointing right at that one door. So I go, you know, through the compound, go outside, jump into like this ditch, crawl all the way around, and then I'm just like, I'm just going to take them all out. So I go, take out every single one, kill everyone in the entire compound, finally. So
I'm like, sorry, who in the compound?
Well, what I do is I hunt down everyone!
Okay.
And, you know, they're all dead. So finally I'm like, okay. So then I walk in, grab the dude, set him down on the ground, Fulton him out. I'm like, okay, well, it's daylight now and everyone's dead. Let's raid the whole place and see what I can find. So I go get all the different resources and everything, and I'm doing this, doing that. I go upstairs, and all of a sudden I hear this. CP, I think someone knocked me out. I think we're being attacked. Hello? What's going on? And then I see the dude who I had tranked at the very beginning and dragged him up and put him in the grass. Comes down into the courtyard area, and he's just down there by himself. I swear to God, he does not go on the radio. I just hear this, what's going on? There's dead bodies just all over the place. So at that point, I'm like, he's seen too much. He's got to die.
No, Ben! It's so sad he survived it!
So I'm like, I'm sorry, man.
No, you're not! You didn't have to do it!
I did it.
Ben!
I did it. I wiped out the whole compound. You know what, John? I felt really, really bad that I killed everyone! But I did. So then I just continued looting everything, and I'm like, oh, hey, look, it's a big truck. Wonder if I could drive that. So I started driving it around a little bit. And then I'm like, I wonder if you could blow the stuff up. So I put C4 on one of the generators, and then walked away, and then blew it up.
That's a great way to deal with the generator.
Yeah, so I'm just like, oh, okay, that's a good way to do it. And so I'm just like, okay, well, that's it. Hey, D-Horse, let's get out of here. I just ride out. I'm just like, God, I'm horrible. This is bad.
I guess if you're going to kill...
hold on.
I guess if you're going to kill... everyone! Then that means you're gonna have to just kill... everyone! So you did the right thing.
Yeah. So that was the last time that I played, and that was 2 days ago.
That game is so fun.
It is so much fun. I'm having such a blast with it. I am so glad that you kind of talked me into it, because it's really good.
I talked him into it by dropping lore on him. Sick Metal Gear lore.
Well, not even talking me into it. That was just, hey, you need to know this before you play this free thing I gave you. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Here's the 90-page primer of what you need to know. And now I'm even now I'm like, I missed some details. I should go back and clean that up a little bit.
I'm good. I got it. We're cool.
I was really off on what the Patriots and the Prophets and all that were. I mean, how's he gonna know what the Lale Lule Lo is if I don't better explain it?
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. They say that Metal Gear has the power to wipe out everyone!
Forget who's on my list.
Oh, Sarah's talking to people.
You said you were done.
Well, yeah, we're still streaming. We're talking to people.
We're talking to...
Not recording.
I'm talking to Amy Jade.
Oh, hi, Amy Jade.
We're talking to...
Hold on.
John says
everyone!
Yeah, right now. Everyone, that's who we're talking to.
Hey, Amy Jade, welcome on the show vicariously.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
he didn't hear you.
Oh well, he'll never hear it again.
Do you know where the name Lale Lule Lo comes from?
I don't know yet, actually.
It's the word that they have to use because they can't say the Patriots.
Gotcha. Yeah. Anyways, chat room, you guys are great. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you really enjoyed it. Because seriously, everyone in the chat room was great tonight. So
that's
thanks,
right.
Guys.
We really appreciate
everyone. Trying to see if they're saying stuff, so I got to click back and forth.
And Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. So have a good night, guys. Bye.